Hi, I'm Ted Bayhouse with Tech Rep Marketing, and today I have one of the first new Sennheiser Evolution Digital wireless systems. This is called Evolution D1, and very much like the Evolution Generation 3 analog systems, this has a presenter set, it has a lavalier set, it has an instrument set, and a handheld set. So basically everything you need is in the box, ready for you to go. These new systems, what's very nice about them is that they're digital, and there's some big advantages there. First of which is that they transmit and operate in the 2.4 gigahertz band. And one of the big advantages to that is the fact that you're not worried about the FCC selling off that part of the RF spectrum for, to a cell phone company or anybody else. It's license-free worldwide, so these are going to work basically anywhere you take them. The other big advantage to doing this in a digital format like this is that the setup time and the usability of the system is very, very simple. Unlike higher-end systems where you're dealing with in the analog world, where you have to do frequency coordination and set up all this stuff to make a system of wireless mics work, these you just basically turn them on, you link them together, and they work automatically. They're right out of the box, they're ready to go. So I'm going to open this up and kind of show you the system and how easy it is to get it set up, and just show you just what a breeze it is to use this. A couple of the little things that I guess I should mention is that one of the unique things about the way that Sennheiser has chosen to do this, they've made the system completely automatic as far as the setup. It auto senses, it senses what the RF environment is between the transmitter and the receiver, and automatically adjusts itself both on the RF level, so it can go from very low power of 10 milliwatts all the way up to 100 milliwatts of transmission power. So as you're working in a, let's say in a difficult environment where you're either walking far away from the receiver, or you're in a situation where you've got your back turned to the system or something where the RF isn't traveling as well as it could, the system will automatically sense that and raise the actual transmitter power on the body pack or on the handheld to compensate for that. The other thing that's there that's really a kind of a great feature is the fact that it has auto sensitivity. So if you have somebody who's talking quietly or somebody who's talking loudly, there actually is a DSP processor sitting inside of there that actually looks at that information and automatically adjusts the sensitivity of either the body pack or the handheld transmitter automatically to the level that's coming inside of the microphone. And this is a big deal, especially if you're dealing with a handheld where you're handing it to different people, and people may have different technique, or they may have a louder or softer voice. The system automatically looks at that and optimizes your audio gain to make up for that. So that's a very, very nice thing. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the box that I have here. You see, this is one of the lavalier systems. So, and I'm going to open up the box here, and I'll let you see how easy it is to set up the system and what a breeze it is to get up and running with it. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open this up, and as you can see, this comes in a really nice carrying case, this nice black carrying case. So you have something to haul it around in. There's a manual inside of there. This is all padded. These are universal too, so if you have the handheld system, or if you have one of the body pack ones, it doesn't matter. The case is basically the same for all of them. So if you actually switch from one to the next, it doesn't matter. All of them basically work the same way. Here's the body pack for D1. Body pack is really nice. It's very small. It's very nicely done. It's a little bit smaller, at least in my hands. It feels like it's a little bit smaller than the Evolution G3 body pack. I think there's a couple really nice advantages to it. One of which is that the way the battery works on it, I think, is a lot better. You basically slide the battery pack out like this. Instead of having that door that could break off, this actually just slides out as a little sled. And then on the inside of it, I have my AA batteries. You can either use the AA regular alkalines with it, or you can get a rechargeable pack for this as well. So if you want to use rechargeables, you can do that, or go the straight alkaline route. So very simple. There's a little buttons here you just hold back and it slides right out. There's a power button on the side here. There also is a pairing button, which I'm going to show you how that works in a minute. And then a standard Evolution locking 1/8" connector that is on all the Evolution products. And then on the top, this is, I think, is a pretty big deal, is that the mute switch, instead of being a small switch, is a really nice, big, easy to use mute switch. So if you're in an environment where you're either, you have the thing in your pocket or at your side and you want to be able to turn it on and off without having to physically bring the body pack around and look at it, you can just basically feel this and feel which direction that the switch is in. So that's a very, very nice feature. The receiver, again, all metal, you know, typical to Sennheiser. All metal. You have the little antennas that are on the back here. These are threaded, so you can thread them in nice and tight. And you can set these up any way you want. And because we're high in frequency with these, at 2.4 gigahertz, they're really small. They don't have to get real big. The back of the unit is kind of what you would expect from Sennheiser. You have a XLR balanced output, plus you have a TRS balanced output on it, and then you have a little network connection here, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then your power inlet, and then you have a universal power supply. This power supply will work anywhere in the world, so it basically goes anywhere from 120 all the way up to 200 and 240 volts. So you're not having to worry about, you know, what part of the world you're in to get it to work. So I'm going to go ahead and light everything up here and show you how easy it is to get up and running with it. Okay, so we're going to go through some of the functions of the receiver here and show you how easy it is to set things up on it. First of all, the menu system is really, really simple on the receiver. You have a single knob, a single escape button, and you basically click once on the knob, and then that allows you to go into menu mode here, and then you got your different menus. You just scroll, and to get back out, you just hit the escape button. So it's really, really simple as far as navigating the system. So just a couple things. First of all, you have your system settings up here, and you have your auto lock, your mute switch setting. This is actually really, really nice. The mute switch setting on here allows you to either turn the mute switch on or off. So as I'm working with this and I go in here and I hit active, I can deactivate the mute switch. So if I'm worried about somebody accidentally hitting the mute switch on that channel, I'm able to do that. These functions, by the way, can either be controlled from the menu here. There's also an iPhone app that's coming, a mobile app that's coming as well, that you can have a network of these things up and control these via software in addition to the capabilities that we have on the front panel. And a little system like this, it's kind of nice to be able to get at everything right on the front panel. So that's very, very nice. Here is the audio settings. As I mentioned before, this is a digital system, so you do get some of the advantages of a digital system, and that's a DSP capability. So you can go in here and you have, first of all, a couple different things. You have a couple different EQ settings that you can set. So depending on what you're doing, you have some little EQ curve settings that are here. You know, guitar, a couple acoustic guitar ones, high cut, high boost, mid cut, high mid cut, and you can call those up. They're just presets. You can just call them up very, very easy. If you want, you click on here again, and you can also do your own custom EQ curves as well. So it's a graphic. I just click on custom, and you'll see it comes up with this graphic EQ. And then I can select, basically go between each of my individual frequencies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bands, or 7 bands of EQ that I can work with. To make a change on one of them, I just click on it and raise it, lower it. So going in here and switching different frequencies and making changes to it is very simple. You just click on it and navigate up and down. So very, very simple to deal with. You can also save it as a preset. So I've got that now saved as a preset, so it's all ready to go, my custom setting, and I don't have to mess with it. I can also use their presets as well. You have the low cut setting here as well. You have a de-esser that's built into it. So if I want to use a de-esser, I can either turn on broadband or be selective. I can also this is where I access my auto gain control. And I mentioned this auto gain control a little while ago. The auto gain control basically dynamically sets the gain setting to whatever you have going on program. So if you have somebody who is very loud and very soft and very loud and very soft, then I would set it to the hard setting. And this basically optimizes in real time the levels of the system between the transmitter and the receiver, the audio levels, so you're not clipping and you're not too soft. If you want to have it be a little bit more, leeway to it, then you put it on the soft setting. And this would be, normally this is what you would use if you wanted to use your automatic gain control. And this is nice. This is something that you would use typically if you don't have somebody in front of house checking levels and stuff like that. If you're doing like a meeting or something like that where you just want to turn it on, set it, and forget it, and be done with it. That's what this auto gain control is really, really good for. And that's, again, something that's really going to be useful for the people that are in the AV environment where they're not having a board and somebody sitting there having to control everything in real time. This is another little nice thing. Instead of having a knob or anything like we used to have on the analog outputs of the earlier systems, we actually have a line or a mic level output setting that's just set up right here, and you can set what you want that to be. You can also either automatically control that with your audio level, or you also have a manual level here too. So you can go anywhere up to your level all the way up to 30 dB. So you have a lot of gain variance built into the receiver. So this is basically where you get to all of that. If I click back out here and I go to my system settings, this is where we can go in and look at the mute switch and the other things that we were looking at, the auto lock. One thing that's really unique about this, and the help system on this, I think is really pretty cool. If I want to, in my help system, if I click help, these are the different manuals that I have. So mobile app help. I click on that, and it basically then comes up with a Q code. And if I use my phone or whatever device that I'm using, typically an iPhone or iPad or even an Android, this will actually navigate you on the web to where you get these resources. So this is like a little browser capability. So I can go in here and select phone, look at my frequently asked questions, FAQs. I can click on that, and it'll actually navigate me there to the web. So I'm not having to guess where stuff is at. I can just use the Q code and my phone, just like I would for shopping or anything else. Very quickly it'll take me to those places on the web, which I think that's really that's a yay feature in my book. You can name the receiver. Also in here you have your network settings. So if you're controlling this, again, either via a wireless app or you're controlling it on a network via computer, this is where you can set up those settings, and you can either have it in DHCP mode, which is basically an automatic mode, or you can manually assign a IP address for the receiver itself. So that's just a quickie tour of the receiver, and just to show you how really how simple this thing is to use, and it just is a absolute breeze to set up and use. And did I mention it sounds great as well? Low latency. You're actually less than 4 milliseconds on it, and very, very good 24-bit high fidelity audio. So thank you for watching, and if you need additional information, you could certainly go up to techrepmarketing.com or techrep.com or Sennheiser.com. Any one of those places are great resources for you to find out more about the exciting new Sennheiser Evolution D1. Thanks for watching.